You can't hold me down. 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 You can't hold me.
Alright guys, I decided to put some solar lights outside. I got 2 outside this building, and right now our electric company is charging about $15 each, so that's like $30 a month. So I definitely wanted to get where I'm not using those. Honestly, I really don't use it. I'm going to do an unboxing here real quick. Solar panel. Light is actually a lot smaller than what I was thinking. I was thinking it was going to be, you know, a good 6-inch wide. Looks like it's only, I don't know, 2 inches, 2.5. It feels pretty sturdy and solid. Hardware. And instruction manual. And it looks like it has pretty good instructions on how to install it. Alright. Doesn't look like there's a lot to it. It comes with the tools that you're going to need. And it looks like it's going to go together pretty easy. It looks like it's the new rocket style. I haven't decided on how I'm going to mount this. If I'm going to mount it straight to this, but this is actually for if you want to mount it to a pole, and then you can use those bolts right here, mount it, but I'm going to mount it straight to the side of the building. When I get it mounted, if I need this in another direction, then I'll just loosen these things up and turn it where I need it. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it right here. And that looks like it's it. Somewhere else, you're going to use this extra wire they gave you. one side I'm going to need longer bolts because my pole is a little wide. Alright, I made it back with some longer bolts. I'm dealing with a wider, fat pole. So ladies, watch out. Fat pole here. Alright, now I'll get out here over the nighttime and let you see how bright it is. This one says it stays on, but when there's motion sensor, then it gets brighter. So I'll get out here and show you guys that stuff later. So the first night I turned these on, I actually didn't install them up on the roof. I just had them on the ground. And when I plugged it in, I seen the light flash, and then they went off because it was daytime. That night, they actually lit up and they looked really bright. They looked like they were working good. The next day, they were turned back off, and then I installed them, and since then, they haven't worked. So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with them, and I think I found out. So get up here and show you guys. Again, it wasn't on, and I'm seeing that. Started playing around with this box, and I'm thinking that it's this soldered and it holds, because now when I touch it, it goes off. But I mean, it's daytime right now, so I'm thinking that needs to be soldered back up on there. But when I let go of it, it comes on, and then it just goes off, and then it doesn't come back on. So what I'm thinking happened is maybe when I first plugged them in, you know, maybe it wasn't on there or something. But then that doesn't make sense to me, because it was daytime that it just flickered, and that was it. So I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to take this back down, just this part, and I'm going to solder that piece up. And this looks like it might be happening to both, because I have them both up and both of them aren't working. So I'm going to go back to the other one and see if it's the same thing, because it looks like maybe this case, because it's pretty tight fit in here. So maybe when they are installing it, it popped loose. Because I didn't touch it. So, but anyways, that's probably what happened. So I'm going to solder this and see if it works. I don't know if you can see it, but on this one, they didn't get a great solder. You can see it that it barely had little connection right there. So it just popped off, and I'm guessing that's what happened to the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and solder them on with this solder. See if it works. Alright, that should do it. Alright, this is the other one, and the soldering on it is fine. So I don't know what its issue is. So I'm gonna put it back up and see if they come on tonight. Alright, I wanted to give a quick update. It's been several months now. I got this one to work and have had no problems with it. After I found out it was a loose connection and I soldered it, it's worked since.
no problems with it. It's been working great. If it stays working like that, the review on this one is 100% other than it came faulty. But again, I found it being loose. I was able to do that. Sucks that I had to do it on a ladder and up there, and then I just brought the whole thing down, soldered it. So it's working great. I really like it. This one, on the other hand, found nothing wrong with it. Still don't know what's wrong with it. And I've actually contacted customer support a few times. They actually do send out that email after you purchase it. I see a lot of them doing it, asking if you had any problems, yada, yada, yada. Because they're hoping most people don't, and you know, then they look like they have good customer service. Well, I've replied to this about 10 times, and it seems that they're all foreigners. So, I don't even know if they understand what I'm typing. And they keep on sending the exact same reply, telling me to make sure I set it out in the sun and give it a good day of charge. It's been out here all summer long. Yeah, all summer. Gotten tons of light. Several months out here. I've left it out here on this, soaking up the sun. You know, soaking it up. And still not working. And the other thing is they want this to be, keep on replying saying that needs to be connected right, which you can see they're slotted, so you can't connect it wrong. You know, there's a slot there that goes into that slot. No way to connect it wrong at all. So now I've given up on trying to do anything else with this with customer service, because they obviously don't understand that I have an email thread with them, and they're still saying, you know, I reply saying that didn't work. I have good connection. I'm even getting the light to flicker. So I mean, it's working, but not working. You know, like I think it's gonna work, because when I first started playing with that one during the day, I was getting it to flicker, and then it like was working. But again, before, when I found out that was having a problem, it was right here. This one came loose, and when I was playing with it, I was touching it here, and then I was touching it here, or touching it here, and getting it actually started to start working, and I brought it down and soldered it. These ones were already soldered, but they were not that good, so I went ahead and soldered it a little bit myself, give it a good connection, just thinking, hey, maybe it's the same problem. It's still doing the same thing, and during the day, like I said, that one, when I was plugging it in and unplugging it, it was also flickering. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that flicker. And again, right now I can only get it to flicker when I have this facing the sun. So, and I don't have my tripod. And now the sun just went out, so hopefully it still does it. I'm going to have to tap to get this to. I'm going to switch the camera angle so I can set my phone right here so it can view me. Alright, there we go. I got it pointing to me so I can see that I'm doing it. Got the solar panel pointed at the sun. Then I just take this and I plug it in. Oh. I might have to wait until that sun comes back out. But I get it to flicker. The sun's not out now, so it was just now. Let's see. So that tells me that there's something wrong with it charging, or it's doing something, because again, I've sat it out here all summer long and it hasn't done anything. And if I do have the solar panel facing the sun, I get this light to flicker. Yeah, you've seen it. When I pull it out, it'll flicker. Sometimes it'll flicker when I plug it in. See? There it goes. So I'm getting it to do that much, but it's just not doing anything else. So, I guess if any of you guys know what I could possibly do to fix this, I will try it. But I have to give the customer service a thumbs down, because they're not helping me with this one. And right now, this is like, I can't remember what I paid for it, $100 and some. That pretty much is a paperweight, because I don't know if it's going to be worth my time to try to get them to take it back. So, again, I have one working perfect after I soldered the connections, and one that isn't working, and I have no clue what's wrong with it. So hopefully you guys can help me on figuring this out, and hopefully this is a review on good enough to let you guys know if you guys should order one. But like I said, one's working great and I really like it. The other one, on the other hand, isn't. So see you guys later. Alright, this phone doesn't do it justice because it's a little bit brighter than that. I can see the stuff on the ground from here, but it's not too bright until the sensor's been tripped. Go further to it. Alright. And you do have to get pretty close to it. As you can see, she had to get within like 5 feet on the ground from it. But once it's tripped, it really is pretty bright. So I'm definitely happy with this one. Girl might want to see this.